Well, Chino Hills, let's give ourselves a round of applause. We showed up today. So first time in Chino Hills, welcome. How many of you, is this your first time in the Chino Hills office? Okay, great, that's awesome. Thank you guys for traveling. I know I see a lot of familiar faces from Murrieta. I see people out from our Covina Diamond Bar, Irvine. Irvine's in the house. Corona.
Temecula. Yeah.
If we spent time calling out all the offices, we'd be here for a second, guys. So I'm thankful that you guys made the trip in. Thank you so much. We got some exciting updates. As some of you may have seen on social media, we haven't done a formal announcement, but we officially have a new office in Hacienda Heights. So we want to welcome all our Hacienda Heights current owner broker, Teresa Martinez, an amazing person. We've been talking with her for about 4 or 5 months. She needed some help. The market transitioning, she saw it as an opportunity to partner with someone who offers a lot of support. And we got in front of her agents on Tuesday. We had about 30, 40 people in there. Our team by itself was like 12 or 13 people on top of who showed up. So we showed up with a good amount of people. We were a little overwhelming, I'll be quite honest. But they were very welcoming, very receptive to all the tools that we're going to provide, and really excited. We got a lot of love mail after the fact, emails saying how appreciative they were that we came in and how excited they are to be working with us. So definitely excited for you guys to get to meet those agents. The closing won't happen until the 28th of this month, so we're still just kind of getting them onboarded, but effective the 28th, we'll have a new office in Hacienda Heights, and you guys can stop by and say hi. So in addition, we have a new team member, and I'm going to embarrass the heck out of her. Yeah, you. So as many of you guys know, Stephanie Sandoval has been with us for a long time. Stephanie's literally family to us. She has a very unique opportunity. Her husband, Don, who's one of our good friends, he's an amazing person. He's funny. We laugh at Don a lot.
Definitely an entrepreneur.
We play disc golf with him. It's just a really true family friendship. She has an opportunity to support him in his business endeavor. He has a baseball training facility that he's opening up out in Murrieta, and she's going to help him market it and help youth sports with jerseys, branding, marketing, and then
Just
the training in general.
in the area, yeah.
So she saw it as an opportunity. He's getting really busy, and she's going to be leaving us at the end of this month. And so we had to find a new Stephanie. And how many of you guys have seen the show Suits?
Yeah, thank you.
I'm currently binging it as we speak, so I'm on season 7. And I told Matt when we were trying to figure this out, I'm like, we need to find our Donna.
Yeah.
We have to find our Donna, and Francesca is our Donna. Do you want to introduce yourself and give us a little bit about where you've been, where you come from?
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. I'm Francesca. So
I need to
I...
use this. This is a little microphone, so just speak into it. It's kind of awkward.
Maybe just keep it down a little bit.
Yeah.
So I have actually been an agent for the past 5 years. Found success in that. I ended up having a couple kids, working from home, staying at home, stay-at-home mom. Prior to that, I was an executive assistant for 12 years at a private equity firm. So, just kind of meshing both those together, I found Century 21, and, it just seemed to be a perfect fit, and thankfully they thought so too.
Yep.
So I'm going to be helping out the Thompsons, Murrieta office. If you guys need anything, just let me know, and I'm happy to help.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
And we'll see if she can handle Randy.
Yeah.
We don't know yet because he's on vacation, so. Yeah.
On the job description,
She's like, this job is easy. I'm like, okay.
On the job description, it literally just said just handle Randy.
Yes.
That was the main job description. So it's a full-time job. So guys, we have an exciting connect for you guys this week. We wanted to make it really special since this is one of our newer offices and it's our first time here. Robert Hertel is actually on vacation. We occasionally give him a day off. And we reached out to Mr. Ron Cronin, who has graced us with his presence. He's driven out from Oceanside, and he's going to be talking a little bit about what top producing agents are doing over the next 90 days. Okay? As you guys know, there's the theme that we've rolled out now for the last couple of years with Masters, and it's this run through the finish line. How many of you guys get the concept run through the finish line? How many of you guys did track and field growing up? Anybody? Okay, so you know that when you're in a race, like you don't slow down towards the end. Like that's when you really got to pick it up. So he's going to go through some really interesting strategies and techniques that will help you guys run through the finish line of 2023. Okay, that is all I have today. I believe, Mr. Ron Cronin, we're going to have you come up in the beginning. We wanted to start off with you. Yeah, right now. Yep, right.
Float your way up here, please.
Let's give him a round of applause.
All right. Hi, everybody. Hi, thanks for being here. Thanks for your time. So, how many of you guys know who I am? How many have no idea? Okay, thank you. I appreciate you being here anyway. I'm not anybody special other than I like to help people make a lot of money and teach people to make a lot of money. So I'm Ron Cronin. You know, I've worked before. I work for Masters. I work with your company out of our Oceanside office. We have the Cronin team down there, and we're getting our business started. We started about a year and a half, or about almost 2 years ago, I guess. I've been coaching for the Mike Ferry organization for 18 years. I've been one of the speakers and been doing this for a long time, helped a lot of agents succeed. So hopefully I can, people always come to these meetings like, Ron, please help me get my entire business straightened out in 15 minutes. And the truth is I can't, okay? But I will say to you guys this. Let's write down, if you're taking notes, and I suggest you do, I'm going to give you guys some ideas today. But let's write down that everything in real estate is a 90-day cycle. Everything is a 90-day cycle. And for you to think about it that way as a 90-day cycle. If we sign up for a gym and I go every day and I follow my routine, will I look a little different in 90 days?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll look different in 90 days. Will I be there? Will I have perfect body in 90 days?
No.
Probably not, especially depending on where you're starting, right? But I can see results. I can be a different person. I can be at a different station in 90 days. Is it exciting for you to think about that you could be in a completely different position in this business in 90 days from now?
Yes.
Is that exciting for some of you? Some of you, raise your hand if you're not where you want to be right now. Honestly, raise your hand. You're not where you want to be with your production and your income. Okay, good. Most of you have your hand up. The truth is, in 90 days, you could be in a completely different place. But you're going to have to make a decision to do something else. I can tell you that what you're currently doing is bringing what you're currently getting. Are you with me? Say yes.
Yes.
Say yes.
Yes.
Okay, what you're doing is bringing what you're getting. So if you'd like something different, I mean, you could wait around and things may change, or you could force the change. So when Keith asked me to do this, I was like, well, I don't want to just come in and talk about Mike Ferry stuff. I just don't want to. So I was thinking of some other things that I could help you and make money that are not things that he necessarily talks about, but it's things that our best producers in the United States are using to succeed at the highest level. Who saw Mike's email a few days back where he's listing out that this person listed 12 in August, and this person listed 14, and this person listed 13? Okay, so there's agents succeeding at the highest level in our market here and all across the country, and the market conditions are going to say are pretty much the same across the country. I have 30 coaching clients in the U.S. and in Canada, so we're all over the place. I get the reports. Okay, write this down in your notes. Write down the complacency of others. The complacency of others is my opportunity. The complacency of others is my opportunity. We're coming into the fall season. We're coming into towards, can you believe we're going to be Christmas shopping in just like a few short weeks? Oh my God, all of a sudden it's here. Next, one day we're laying out on the beach. Next thing I'm shopping and getting ready and hanging lights. Okay, it's coming. So it's coming. Do you guys realize? 90 days from now, the end of the year is coming. Where do you want to be? You want to be in the same spot? 90 days is going to happen whether you do something different or not. So the complacency of others is my opportunity. As we come into September, especially October, and for sure November, the complacency of real estate is at its highest. Agents shut down after Halloween. They shut down around Thanksgiving. They stop working. How about us? Are we going to continue?
Yes.
Are we going to keep making money?
Yes.
Are we going to keep helping people sell and list houses?
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. So we're going to capitalize on the complacency of our industry. That's important. So let's put right down for the next 90 days. ... Let's put heavy attention on your database. The top producers are focusing heavy attention on their database. Okay, meaning, well, you know, typically minimum standard is I call my database 4 times a year, I mail them a postcard 4 times a year, and that's minimum. But most people now are putting heavy influence on the database to make sure that we're getting the referrals and we're getting the transactions from that group. Does everyone in the room understand that if, let's say, an agent's selling 70 homes a year, is anyone doing that now in this room? Close to that? No? Okay. If an agent's doing 70 a year, I want you to understand, 50 are coming from their database. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Meaning repeat, referral, friends, family, neighbors, acquaintances, associates are sending referrals and transactions. If an agent's doing 70, 50 of them are coming out of a database. If an agent's doing 100, I would tell you 70 plus are coming from database, and they'll create another 20 to 25 from scratch on their own and the public. So, who needs to work on their database? Who hasn't been calling them? Who hasn't mailed them anything? Who's sitting here thinking, they'll call me when they hear somebody, right? Don't hold your breath. Okay, don't hold your breath. So heavy influence on database. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, in the next 90 days, I noticed that the top producers, one thing they mentioned, they all said to me, is they're having some sort of gathering or some sort of event. A gathering or event for your database, your past customers, your A-list people. A gathering or an event. Well, what does that look like? Okay, here's an idea, a seller seminar. You could host a seller seminar, very much like what we're doing right now, and maybe use this office for it. I'm going to host one down in Oceanside in the month of October. We're inviting our entire database. We're inviting the 750 families at my son's school. We're inviting a whole bunch of people, and if you're interested in selling your house or you're thinking about it this year or next year, come on down, have some cheese and crackers and some wine, and sit with us. And I figure out of this entire database, if I can get 7 or 8 families to come, I win. Okay, a seller seminar, write down a buyer seminar. Get with your lender and ask everyone to come down. Have you thought about, are you thinking about buying a house? Are you a little confused about the rates and the mortgages and what's available and what it means to you? Well, come on down. We're going to have a little 45-minute seminar on buying a house. I'll have professionals there to answer your questions, and maybe we can help you with that. How about like something like pick up your pie? Oh, you guys are already doing that one, right? Oh yeah, I do that every year, right? But you know, in San Diego and Oceanside, we have Julian, right? You guys understand Julian apple pies? So for our A-list, we probably have about 70 people. We're going to order 70 apple pies. And then we're going to ask them to come to this Oceanside office to pick up your pie, and then we'll have some stuff there to give them as well, and just to, you know, get them down to our office, remind them that we're selling real estate, and create that connection with people. There's a lot of people doing some sort of a holiday party or a holiday happy hour or something, but this is all for database. Write down next, increasing your contacts. Everybody go, Everybody go, Yeah, increasing your contacts, okay? So what, for me in my career, 25 contacts a day, 5 days a week, that pretty much did it. That brought me the leads, the appointments, and that was as much as I could mentally take of it, and 25 was the number. And guess what? In this year, it ain't the number. It's not producing the leads for me or the producers. It's not producing the same thing that it used to do because the market conditions are maybe a little different. So everybody's had to increase how many conversations you have about real estate. Now watch, you know what's sad, Terry, and you know this better than anybody. Some people in this room have had probably less than a dozen conversations about real estate since the year started. They don't talk to people, they don't call, they don't knock, they don't have a big database, they don't, you know, you come and you're hoping for, I don't know what you're hoping for, but you've got to raise your contacts. So what does that mean? So on that email I referred to where Mike went through top producers and they're listing 12, they're listing 13, they're listing 15, I know all those agents except for one, okay? And I went down and I go, okay, Mike Darda, he listed 13. He's on the phone 5 hours a day, 50 contacts a day, and he only calls his database of a few thousand people. He's on Mike Darda, on the phone 5 hours a day, 50 contacts a day. Mike Darda lists 150 houses a year. 150 a year, but he's on the phone 5 hours a day. Brian Burnett in St. George, he lists a property every business day. He's on the phone 5 hours in the morning, he goes out in the afternoon and signs somebody up, and does the same thing and lists a house every afternoon. Who would like that? Who'd like to list one every afternoon? Some of you? Some of you are like, oh my God, I don't know. I don't want that much money. Okay, but hey, if it makes sense, if you would like to have something similar to that, does it make sense that you do what they do? You see, guys, that's what has attracted me to the Mike Ferry system the entire time, is I didn't have to come up with anything on my own. I just had to get into the system and then learn, like everybody making money. He's making money, he's making money, he's making money, he's making money, he's making money. I just learned, what do they do? And then I do it too. How do they think? You know, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about? What do you think? And then I learn how they think. And then when I figured out, you know what? They're all saying the same thing during the job. They have the same dialogues and the same words. Why don't I figure out what they're saying? They're making all the money. So repeat after me. Say, I have to do what they do. I have to do what they do. Say it loud. I have to do what they do. Say, I have to think how they think. I have to think how they think. And then say, and I have to say what they say. And I have to say what they say. And then everybody go like this. Put your hands up and look up to the sky like you surrender and say, then I can have what they have. See, but everybody wants what they have, but we don't want to do what they do. You want to see, well, you have all that? Okay, I'm going to come over here and figure out my own thing. And I'm going to do it on social media. You make phone calls, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it through mailers. I'm going to do it through open houses. I'm going to do that. None of them are doing those things. I'm trying to teach you. Focus on who's winning at the highest level and line yourself up with their activities. Have I got your attention?
Yes.
Write down I wrote down use new prospecting sources. You have to stop me. I don't even know where I started. Keep going, yeah. Use new prospecting sources for the next 90 days. Let's crack into those news prospecting sources that you've been thinking about calling this group. What are you doing? Let's start talking to people about what you can do and what our company has for them. Okay? New sources. So what would that be? Well, how about some of these ideas? How about you get a list? Is there a title person in here? Title, are you here? Title. Can you guys provide lists, like if I want a list in this area of 2-story homes where the owners live there more than 25 years? Do you see that? In 2 minutes. All the 2-story houses where the owners have lived there more than 25 years. What do you think may be going on inside that household? They were 40 when they bought it, they're 65 now, and guess what? Right? And I can't go up the stairs, and we got 4,000 square feet, and what the heck are we, and the kids are gone, and what the heck are we doing here? You just call that list of people. Is it likely they might be moving?
Yes.
How about 70 plus homeowners in 2-story homes? It's the same kind of idea. 70 plus people move. 70 plus people are changing the scenario, changing the situation. How about, I have my client Frankie, I was just on a Zoom with him, he's out in Palm Springs. He's the main listing agent for Brady Sandall out there, and Frankie lists about 50 homes every year. He's on track for this year. He is currently calling a list of absentee owners he got from title. In the whole valley out there in that Palm Springs area, he got 33,000 homeowners that Palm Springs house is a second home for them, and he's calling them to see if they thought about selling it. Oh, you mean our condo in Palm Desert? We haven't been there in years. How much do you think it's worth, Frankie? I mean, this is like taking candy from a baby. Okay? But you got to be willing to call people. Turn to the person you're sitting next to, look at them and say, you got to call, man. Ron, I'm afraid. Ron, I'm afraid of the rejection. I'm afraid that they're not going to like it. Hey, I wrote this down. I wrote this down. Call the people you've been avoiding. There you go. That'll keep you busy. How about you just actually say, you know what, screw it! I'm gonna call everybody on my list, even though I don't know them, like them, or I think they're mad at me, or I screwed up their deal 3 years ago. I'm gonna call them anyway. Call the people that you have that you've been avoiding. That's a good source right there. Okay, good. And I'm going through this really fast. I planned to talk for an hour, and then they told me I have 15 minutes, so I'm cramming this in. Okay, this is another good one. I'm on to this one. I'm going to figure out these second home owners. Who's doing Airbnb? You know who's listed? You know who's selling houses right now? These new Airbnb owners that are sick of it. Do you know the crap they go through as a new Airbnb owner, especially if they're trying to do it on their own? You do your very best to make this nice little house. We're going to get some income coming from. And then the first people come into the house, they stay there for 2 days, and they're like, this place sucks. And the neighbors are loud, and it smells like da-da-da. And then all of a sudden you have this bad review. And then they're freaking out. And then someone else says, well, you know, the trash can was tipped over, and the light didn't work. And they're nitpicking them, and they're over it now, and they're getting out. Talk, new Airbnb owners. How can we attract those guys? Guys and gals, right? I thought that was really clever. Okay, here's another good idea for the next 90 days. Any sale you have or listing you take, why don't you ask Title to create like maybe a mini property profile where I can hit 10 neighbors around my new sale, and I can go, you know, one of the services I give is I give a nice profile on your property to my customers, and I wanted to extend it to some of the neighbors around my recent sale. Here's a profile on your property, sir. Have you thought about moving? That's ultimately what we're there to find out, right? But a nice property, 10 of them around each house that you sell or that you list. I think that's a cool idea someone gave me. Who does open houses? You can tell me, I'm not going to tell Mike, it's okay. Who does open houses? Right? Okay, good. So watch, do you ever do the neighbor open house prior to the public open house? Okay, good. Some of you know about that. You do a little neighbor open house. We get some wine, we get some cheese. Come on in, neighbors only. Come on in and see me. And then we have the real open house the next day. Okay? That's a great concept. That is a cool idea. It also tapped into, I see that some of these folks, when they have these luxury homes that you have listed, real nice properties, do the twilight open house. Twilight open house. Sun's down, the lights are on, but there's still beautiful lighting, and it gets gorgeous out here, right, in Chino. Does it?
Yes.
I don't know much about it. I've only been up here like a couple times. It's just when I'm on the 71, I used to be like on my Harley going from here to there, like wah, through Chino. That was about it.
How's it been?
My big bars, right?
Yeah, they're really high.
Okay, here's a great idea for you. Who wants to make more money in the next 90 days? I have a novel idea for you. Ready? Say yes.
Yes.
Okay. How about you actually memorize the scripts you're using? What? Yeah. Who uses either Mike's scripts or some script? Who uses scripts professionally and to get your appointments and your leads? Okay. And everybody else, who doesn't? Who doesn't? Let me try that again. Who uses scripts? Okay. There's a lot of hands not going up. Right? Okay, but you know what, guys? Did it ever occur to you to memorize the script that you're using to support your family? Did it ever occur to you to buckle down and memorize the words? You know, if you were being paid as an actor, you know, you'd be great for this part. Here's your lines. Are you going to memorize your lines? Say yes.
Yes.
If you had to sing in front of the public, would you memorize the song?
Yes.
Yes. Then turn to your neighbor, look him right in the eye. Tell him, it's step one. Step one. Some of you guys have been using the scripts. You've been using the scripts for years and you never memorized them. You've never, I mean, what the heck are you thinking? And you expect everyone to be like, oh, come over here, yes. And you don't even know what you're saying? All right? Can you imagine if Mick Jagger was on stage and he had to have his script, right? I can't get no satisfaction. I can't get no girly action. I mean, don't we expect him to have it memorized? And if he didn't, we would say he's an amateur.
Yeah.
He's an amateur. Raise your hand if you need to memorize your scripts. I mean, can we make a lot of money using those scripts?
Yes.
We can make a lot of money, can't we?
Yes.
I use this example all the time. We can make the same money as like a very professional, very experienced doctor or a lawyer, or we can make more money than doctors in most cases, right? But what does a doctor have to learn to make 400 grand a year? What do they have to learn?
A lot.
Biology, anatomy, chemistry, organ surgery, the whole diseases. They got to learn everything. And they have to study and practice and volunteer for 20 years before they start making money.
Yeah.
Now, can we make 400 grand or more in this business?
Yes.
Some of you are doing it right now or making more. We can make 400 grand. What do we have to learn?
Yes.
7 scripts. 7 scripts. 2 of them are less than 5 questions. Turn to the neighbor and say, "What the hell are you doing?" What are you doing? All right, I'm almost done, okay?
No rush.
Write down next.
I'll forfeit my time.
Write down.
I'll forfeit mine.
Listen. Okay, here's another thing you can do to help you produce more in the next 90 days. Know your market stats weekly. Who wants to be considered a professional in the area of real estate here? Who wants to be considered a pro? Do you need to know your stuff to be considered a pro?
Yes.
I know some of you pull the stats and data maybe before you go on an appointment, or you'll upload yourself last minute. I'm suggesting that every Monday morning you're going to plug into some simple numbers. Write these down. How many were listed last week since the Monday I pulled the numbers before? I like to be able to talk to my customers, Terry, and say, "Terry, last week 37 homes sold in Oceanside, but 17 expired." And does it look like I know what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't. I just pulled these numbers in MLS. But it looks like I'm an expert. Okay, so I'd like to know how many were listed last week, how many sold, went into escrow last week, how many expired last week. I want to know. I want to know how many reduced their price last week. You guys must have really good memories. I want to know what's the average days on market. What's the average days on market? I watch that number every day, every week. And I want to know what's the average sales price. If I can plug into those simple data, which I can get a lot of it on that little market watch on our MLS page when we open it up, I get most of that there. A couple other things I have to search for. But it takes me 2 or 3 minutes, and then I have this information. And when your name is? Indira. When Indira says, "Ron, let's list a little high, we can always come down later," I can say, "Well, that's your decision, Indira, but that's the same strategy these 17 people tried to take, and they expired from the market, not sold. Do you want to end up on this list, Indira?" I wouldn't think so. Would you rather end up on the list of the people who have sold? Can I show you what price to list at so you'll wind up there? Now, I'm not giving my opinion. All I'm doing is letting the data do the work. Letting the data do the work. "Well, Ron, nothing's selling right now." Really, tell me more about that. "Well, it just feels slow." Can I share that we sold 37 houses last week, and right here in my little office, we put 7 of those under contract? If I could put your house under contract in the next week, would that pose a problem for you?
That's good.
Really? Well, this is pretty basic stuff though, isn't it? Okay, good. So, those numbers, that you pull those every week. Okay, next. Utilize your vendor team to your advantage in the next 90 days. How many times have I referred to Title? Call Title. Get it from Title. Do you guys even know what Title can do for you? Say, no. Everybody say that. No. Right? Exactly. Because you don't ask, and maybe they tell you, but you don't hear it, whatever. But Title can do so much. They can provide lists, they can give profiles, they can have data and information for you, and they're more than willing to do it, aren't you guys? And you know the scripts. I like that, okay? But using your vendors, right? So your lender, your title, your escrow person, your home warranty person. Have you met with your home warranty person? Do you actually know what they can do for you and some of the fringe benefits that it is and how to present the home warranty? I mean, it can be such an advantage for you. How many of you call your vendors, escrow, title, home warranty, home inspector, call all those people and ask for referrals? I trained you to do it, so I take credit for that one years ago, right? 2 of you had your hand up. Title escrow, your lender, they know about people buying and selling. And I'm not speaking bad about anyone, but I'm going to say this. You ever heard the adage, the squeaky wheel gets the grease?
It's the grease, that's right.
The squeaky wheel? Turn to your neighbor and say, I got to start squeaking. And I got to start asking my guys for referrals back in return for the business I give them. You know, these home inspectors, give me a break. You know, these guys, they should be giving me referrals in return. I know they hear about stuff happening out there, but they're going to give it to who's asking for it. I can tell you that. All right? 2 more things I wrote down in the next 90 days. This would be a huge one for you, is to expand your knowledge and skills with the 4 personality styles. Expand your knowledge, expand your skills when it comes to the 4 personality styles. You guys have you had this training before? I think we should have this training. Yeah. Personality style training. You want to talk about being effective with a lot more people when you speak? You have to understand the 4 personality styles. Okay, so what are the 4? We have the analyticals. The analyticals. We have the amiables. We have the expressive. And we have the driver. The analytical, the amiable, the expressive, and the driver. Who knows what they are? Raise your hand if you know what you are. Who doesn't know what they are of those 4? Who's not sure? You've never been told. What's with the people that don't raise your hands? And I think that's a 5th personality style. Mike calls it box 5. Right? I don't know why you don't. It's only 1 or 2 choices. Why won't you raise your hand? Does anybody know that they're analytical? Raise your hand if you're analytical. Where are my amiables? Amiables are always like half raised. I'm here. We're the drivers. Drivers like this. Get on with it. Get on with it, Ron. And where's my expressives? Boom. Woohoo! Right, expressives. So when you study the 4 personality styles, you learn that it's basically like, okay, well, who's traveled Europe before? You've traveled in Europe, or you're from Europe, okay? And what do we have in Europe? Lots of little different countries right next to each other, but they're completely different in how they feel, how they speak, what they wear, what they eat, everything's completely different. And you just have to go over here, or you can go back over here. You can go to France, you can go to Germany, you can go to Italy, you can go to Belgium. They're all completely different. So here's my question. Amiables, raise your hand. Amiables. As an amiable, how well do you speak analytical? Do you speak analytical? Can you speak driver? Can you speak expressive? And to look at the 4 personality styles, which we all fit into one of the 4, to look at the styles as different languages and different culture, and then you learn to speak to that language or speak to that culture, if you will. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And this opened my eyes at Superstar Retreat when someone said, do you speak analytical? And I was all, oh my God, it's like a total nother language. It is, isn't it? Where are my analyticals? Yeah. See, when I speak analytical, I say, well, according to my calculations, I did the assessment. And the logical decision is going to be moved forward accurately and correctly. Sign here.
Done.
Right? Yeah. According to the calculations,
Does it make
the
financial sense to you?
Does it make financial sense that we use the calculations in order to make your decision? Okay? I can speak amiable really well because I'm amiable, right? Hey, listen, how's it going to make you feel that your family is completely comfortable during this move? I know what she's all about as an amiable, right? I know the expressive. I can say to the expressive, hey, listen, when we sell this house, what kind of a reflection is this going to have on you? You're selling $40,000 more than asking price. What are the neighbors going to think of you? It's just so easy. And with the driver, Mike Ferry's a driver, and when I communicate with him, I keep it short and lean. I keep it lean to the bone. He doesn't want a story. He doesn't want to hear the explanation. He just wants to know what's the damn question and make it short. And that's how you speak to them. So who needs to learn more about the 4 personality styles? How effective are you going to be with an analytical if you don't understand what the analytical is looking for? Right? Okay, then lastly, my last thought. Have you ever been on a presentation Or you've ever been on the phone with someone, and when you left the house or hung up the phone, you thought to yourself, I should have said this. Or why didn't I talk about that? And you're driving home and you're totally going over it. Oh, I should've. Okay, that's the shoulda, woulda, coulda. For the next 90 days, my recommendation is that instead of you do the shoulda, woulda, coulda after your performance on the phone or in person, that you do it before. See, when you're doing the shoulda, woulda, coulda, I should have said this, I should have started with that, I should have pulled this out, I should have done this. That's you working on your presentation after it's over. I'm suggesting you do it before. I'm going to say this, I'm going to talk about that. Here's my handler when he brings this up. I should work on it before I go. Are you guys with me? Yes. Okay, so it brings me to the how you put that in action, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Does anybody practice your do you practice your listing presentation? Show me hands, you practice it. Okay, now, like when I say practice, I don't mean just role-playing it casually with a buddy from the office. Do you go through the presentation physically? What if you added to your afternoon schedule, say 30 minutes of listing presentation practice? Okay, and what you would do is, like I'm in an empty conference room over here. You would find an empty conference room, knock on the door, and it's a canned presentation that I do the same way every time, no matter what house I'm going to. I walk up, they open the door, I say, hi, thanks again for having me over. I'm excited about getting your home on the market and getting it sold. And then I go to the next house. Hi, thanks again for having me over. I'm excited about, and it's the same way every time. I practice the presentation in the afternoon. Now, I've done this before. I used to do it over and over for months, for years, because I wanted to get it down. Every movement, when I'm turning the comps around, saying how many bedrooms, how many baths, how many square feet, do you know this neighborhood? Have you seen this house? This home is just like yours. That is a physical thing that I practice. So I'll knock on the door, I'll go into an empty conference room. Maybe I'm talking and I'm presenting to a potted plant. Is this a pothos? What is this called?
I think so.
I don't know how I know that, but I do. Mr. Pothos, I'm excited about getting your home on the market and getting it sold. Do you mind if I take a quick look at your home? Hey, I wrote down 3 real important questions for you. Number 1, do you absolutely have to sell this home? Number 2, will you price your home to sell, or do you want to keep it on the market a long period of time? And number 3 is, would you like me to handle the sale for you? Mr. Pothos, all we need to do now is simply sign the contract so I can help you and your file cabinet get to Dallas on time. Won't that be great? And right? And I can present to an inanimate object. I can present to a beautiful woman. I can present to a couple. I can present to anybody. It's the same way every time. That's where my confidence is. That's where my quality is. I get to polish it, fine tune it, write in all the little humor I'm going to do throughout the presentation. And then it knocks their socks off when I'm there. Raise your hand if you need to step it up a little bit in the next 90 days. Thank you for your time. Have a great rest of the week, everyone.
Wow, Ron Cronin, good job. Who got a lot of good, useful information from Ron sharing today, guys? What an amazing blessing to be in the office to hear someone that's been practicing this the right way for a long time. Even our veterans are working on this daily. For my lenders out there, guys, we could take note from the same teachings as Mike Ferry. I get coached by Mike Ferry. I look for the same kind of things. Practicing our scripts, staying in touch with our clients, delivering the extraordinary when we have pre-qualifications on the phone, right? It's our first impressions that mean a lot, and practicing. Loan officers out there, we have changed our schedules for training. So we're doing two trainings a month. First training is going to be held by Greg and I, and it's going to be about how to get new business, how to attack your real estate agents, new scripts we're going to be going over as lenders, things of that nature. Second training of the month, look out for your calendars, is going to be about products and programs. So no confusion, we haven't left trainings off the schedule, we're just switching it up a little bit. Next thing, agents, all of our agents in here. We have half the company rolled out right now on a new communication tool. The rest of the company will be rolled out by the end of the month, and it's called Bonzo. Look for an email. It's nothing you guys have to do, so don't be worried. There's no work or legwork on your end. It's just another communication tool we're putting in place to A, communicate with your clients, and keep the communication clear and consistent with you guys. Also, you're going to get a customized landing page that's going to be customized with your loan officer that you work with and yourself. So that will be a good way to capture data from when you're sitting over a lead and put them in our system so we can communicate with them properly for you. So be on the lookout for those emails. Covina, you guys would have got emails and everything last night. We just launched you last night. So if anybody has questions about that, reach out to Greg, myself, or the loan officer assigned to your office. Lunch and Learns, guys. Thank you for the added and the continued support going to our Lunch and Learns. I want to encourage all of you guys coming out to the offices when we do them. They're on our monthly calendar. You will get great insights and knowledge from what we're doing. Lastly, at our Lunch and Learns, guys, we're going over ChatGPT. We're getting into that. So if you're interested in learning ChatGPT and how you can utilize new AI technology coming across the platform for real estate and how to utilize it, come to these Lunch and Learns. We're going over a lot of that with you guys. Let's see here. I had a little piece of paper here to make sure I didn't forget anything. I have an ask for all the agents that are watching that are in the office. If you guys, lending is growing fast, guys. We're in about 14 states currently. We're hoping to hit 20 to 22 by the end of the year. So as we're expanding and growing, we're looking for good loan officers. So I have an ask. Can I get 1 or 2 names of loan officers you worked with in the past that you know, like, and respect that you think would benefit from coming to work with a powerhouse like us and to be a part of our loan team as we expand nationwide? So if you guys have anybody in mind, please help me. I would love to get in front of them, have a conversation with them, and see if we could onboard them with 21st Century Lending, okay? So we're really on the hunt for finding good loan officers. Bilingual, trilingual, anything we could get. We're in the market to help foster good loan officers and help their businesses grow just like what we do with our real estate side. Otherwise, guys, Ron Cronin killed it. We're going to leave it up to Cindy's coming up next.
Rate update?
Oh, rate update. Yes, thank you. Oh, there we go. Rate update, guys. So rates are creeping up and down. It's a very volatile market. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate this. VA rates on today's market is 6.572. Now, I preach this in every Lunch and Learn. Our interest rates are never on the 1/8 typically, right? We have custom rates because we compress our margins to make sure our rates are perfect for our buyers. So we have a VA rate of 6.572, USDA of 6.588, FHA 6.529, and conventional 7.306. So rates are still staying pretty strong. Right now, we're teaching you guys how to get your buyers over the fence in our Lunch and Learns too with great data. So just like Ron said, data wins all those conversations. It's hard to argue with the facts. So if you guys are missing out on those, please come. You guys will also start getting rate updates twice a week from the company, going through the new communication tool. So you guys will start to see those rate updates consistently, so you guys will know where the market is at all times. Otherwise, thank you for the time, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, Miss Rubin, everybody.
Hi. Hey, I guess I don't have to introduce myself anymore, but I'm Cindy Rubin, and I am General Counsel and in charge of compliance. So I have a reminder from the yesterday we had our first compliance committee meeting. We're going to meet every week, and I have a reminder from the auditors that it makes not just them, but the whole company and all our statistics crazy when the MLS doesn't match SkySlope. So if you change your MLS closing date in the MLS, but in SkySlope, there's no paperwork, there's no change of date, and we have a different date, it makes us crazy because we don't know when it's closing. We use these statistics for a billion reasons, and so we need everything to be right. So they asked me to remind you and to remind your TCs that whenever you make a change in the MLS, you have to have a corresponding change in SkySlope. A modification of terms, we just extended the listing date, we changed the price, whatever it is, please make sure that the two match all the time, okay? Because it really helps us help you, and it helps us help you sell because of the statistics that we get from the stuff, so please. Okay, and the other thing I wanted to remind you, and I felt kind of crazy doing this, is that September is Realtor Safety Month. And yeah, go ahead.
Just kidding.
Oh, darn, I was hoping for a good joke. Okay, so anyway, so be safe. I don't know what to, I felt silly because I don't really have any specifics other than be safe out there and don't give out your personal information to anyone. That's one of the big issues. I read the NAR 10 things, and that's their biggest issue is don't give out your personal information. Okay, that's all I have for today, and everybody have a great month. We'll see you next month. I'm here all the time, so it's my fault to drink.
All right, thank you, Cindy. Last month we talked about participation. Anybody tune in to last month's meeting? So this month, a lot of what you heard from Ron was about mindset. And mindset is changing what's up in here, and it will reflect out on what you're doing, right, every single day. So if you change your mindset, it also will change what happens to you every single day. So that's one of the biggest things I got from Ron. Great job, Ron. You did a phenomenal job. Who's ready to hear some highlights? We have some huge highlights. For those of you guys that participated last month, going into this month, we had some extraordinary results, and we still have a lot more to come. We've had a great September so far. Looking forward to October's results. To start us off, Fire Family Real Estate Team closed 10 total deals last month for over, I'm not going to give the specific amount, but for over $150,000 in total commission, and they sold over $7 million in total sales volume. Wow. Next up, we hear this name a lot. Costa Landing Team, Aaron Landing and Steve Costa out of our Menifee location. They sold a total of eight total deals for $4 million in total sales volume. So congrats, Aaron and Steve. Mark and Al Team, always coming up huge out of Glendora. They closed a total of 6 deals, $3 million in total sales, or no, $4 million total sales volume, $100,000 in total GCI. Congratulations. Next up, the Scalio Team out of Diamond Bar closed 5 deals, $6,500,000 total sales volume. Congratulations to you. This one's super exciting. So Wendy McGowan is out of our Canyon Lake office. She joined Canyon Lake as a loan officer, got a real estate license. The loans, rates went up a little bit. She was really struggling getting some loans, so she went back over to real estate. Last month, she closed 5 deals for a total of $70,000 in commission, over $3 million in total sales. Wow. Out of our Corona team, we had Miss Linda Holmes and Holmes team closed 5 deals for $60,000 in commission, over $2 million in total sales volume. Congratulations. This one's super exciting. So this gentleman joined our Menifee location. He had 5 deals. He was number 3 in total average of commission split at 3%. Mr. Andrea Angel. Congratulations. All right. Out of Temecula, we had Melissa Grosso with 4 total units, $41,000 in total commission, over $2 million in total sales volume. So congrats, Melissa. Out of our Chino Hills office, Mr. Jim Boles, 3 total deals, $1.5 million in total sales volume. Congrats. In Hemet East, the previous owner and broker of Century 21 McDaniels and Associates, Miss Debbie Green, closed a total of 3 deals, $53,000 in commission, and she was our #1 agent in commission percentage. She did 3.63 on every side that she closed. So she had a huge month, $53,000 in total commission. Congrats. All right, Brian and Matt Hughes. So if you guys don't know their dynamic, Matt does the loans, Brian does all the real estate, but now they're in the flipping game, so they've been flipping homes like crazy. And Brian's handling all the sales on the flips, and Matt's handling all the loans, and then they have a private investor that's investing in all these houses. So last month alone, they closed 3 deals for over $2 million in total sales volume. So congrats to you guys. Lastly, I wanted to bring this one up. It's at the bottom of my page, but Meg Middleman out of Pasadena, she closed 2 deals for $100,000 in total commission. Both of her deals were over $2 million in sales, and so $4 million in total sales volume. So congrats to Meg. All right, let's start off with some Chino Hills wins, some spotlights. These were given to me by Nigel. Yola Zohib, $1.9 million listing. So congrats to you. We had Debbie McGard. She just put one into escrow, so congrats to you. Gloria Barrio, she just got a new loan, so Gloria, congratulations. Patty Orms, always just crushing it. She just put one new into escrow. Congratulations, Patty. And Kamal, I think it's your son, right? He put the one in? Yeah, Kamal Jr., new listing, 800K, multiple offers, open escrow. So congratulations. We also had, I wrote this one down, so property management, we do a lot of referrals with property management where the agent can refer over something to our property management team. We hold on to it. Once it's ready to sell, we give it back to the agent and they can sell it, right? It sticks with you for life. So we had someone that referred over a 6-unit business, Michael Lovelace, I believe his wife's here, and he's going to be the one selling it, but it's a short-term lease on 6 units to our property management, and he's working to sell it. So until it gets sold, we're going to be working with property management. I think that's a huge win. Congratulations. All right, some Canyon Lake wins. Miss Lindsay Fulgham. Lindsay Fulgham, she just recently started getting coached by Neil Schwartz, so congrats to you, Lindsay. But she went a whole year of just dialing, just straight up dialing, like, you know, she thought that was the way to do it. And then one day, one of our agents said, hey, you know what, you want to work this open house for me. So she worked the open house, she got 3 leads from it. She worked another open house with the same agent, got another couple leads. Right now, she just closed one, opening up a new one to escrow, and has 2 more appointments for new listings and back-to-back days that she set. So congratulations, Lindsay.
Good job.
One of the spotlights for our mentorship program, if you guys don't know about our mentorship program here, please come and see me after this. Jeremy Sellers, one of our top mentors in the company, he started mentoring Savannah D'Amato. She's a brand new agent. She just moved over. She was working with her aunt at a small mom and pop brokerage. She moved over to our brokerage. She has a new listing and they just went into escrow. So congratulations, Savannah. Congrats, Jeremy. Good job. All right. Now Covina. We had Mr. Armin Martinez. I'm surprised he's not here. He always shows up. He had 2 listings. He's double ending the deal. Congrats, Armin. Huge win, buddy. All right. Mr. Tim Gallegos. He had 1 closing and 1 new listing last month, and I believe maybe coming into this month. So congratulations, man. Way to go. Gilda Aaron. She got 1 closing. She also has another one on the way. So congrats, Gilda. And the Para team, 2 closings and 2 brand new listings. Congrats to you guys out of Covina. Way to go. All right, out of Marietta, we have Lucy and John. Lucy's one of my top mentors in the company. She's mentoring a lady by the name of Zalika. The way the mentorship program works is once you get 3 deals, you graduate from the mentorship program, you're out on your own. So congrats to Zalika. She got her 3rd deal closed. And next Tuesday, they're closing a $1.2 million listing that they had. So congratulations. Out of Oceanside, a lot of big stuff. Zora Emery, you always crush it. 1 sold, 1 new buyer closed escrow, and 1 new listing with Jake Seep. So congratulations, Zora. Out of our commercial team, we have Ted Calgary. Out of Oceanside. He has 5 new land listings and 1 new commercial lease. So congrats to you as well, Ted. All right. Only a couple more guys. Out of our Temecula office, we had Nikki Gonzalez and Rocky Rovdati. They had 2 new escrow. They have 2 escrows closing in the next couple of weeks, and it's the same as that client. So they're splitting the deal. So congrats to Nikki and Rocky. Way to go. And then Gabriella Kirby out of Temecula, 2 upcoming listings. Way to go, Gabby. Good job, Gabby. All right. Finish us off in real estate. Menifee. We had Angel Escribano. He double-sided a deal, and he even originated the loan. So congratulations. All right. For lending, we had a huge month of lending, so congrats to all the lenders. Scott Steele leading the charge with 6 total loans. I know he works with a lot of you guys, so congratulations to you, Scott. Way to go. Behind him, we had our director of lending, Blake Corkill, also with 5 deals last month, and he got 1 7-day CTC. So congratulations to Blake. After that, I have a lot of twosies, but one of them sticks out. Mr. Bryce Padilla out of Oceanside, he got a 4-day CTC. So that was absolutely, I mean, that's unheard of. So congratulations to you, Bryce. Now to run us through for all the loans that people that closed 2 last month, just save applause for the end. We had Mr. Vincent Peterbaugh with 2. We had Jennifer Budarak with 2. We had Casey Deanna with 2. We had Greg Johnson with 2. Congrats, Greg. Juliana Menradi, she's here. There you go. She had 2. And also Alicia Vargas had 2. So congrats to everybody in our team. And that that is it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, now the boring stuff. Jesus, how do I follow that? So, yeah, and in recruiting, we're seeing what you guys are seeing, right? Rates went up, and it was like you turn on your back porch and there's a possum in the back. Right? People are starting to relax. They're starting to see that there's life after big events like this, and so they're realizing they need help. And so just like we're starting to see people going, hey, I gotta sell. I was waiting for this crazy thing to happen. It's not happening. Life will go on. And so because of that, and because of a little bit of overlap, and because we're halfway through the next month, I'm going to be saying a lot of names. So please hold your applause. But welcome to the team: Christian Lopez, Jorge Macias, Casey Doan, Melanie Felix, Renisha Gray, Genesis Arzate, Robert Begley, Eric Blanco, Bianca Nguyen, Denise Negron, Vanessa Tellez, Felipe Garcia, Bo Aragon, Veronica Mudra, Tyler Alvarez, Alyssa Samsamouth, Rosa Delgado, Lisana Root, Francesca Dupree, Jane Becker, and Sergio Martinez. Welcome to the team, guys. So like I said, it was kind of a perfect storm, and you know, last month was a great month. I did want to talk about one extra thing. I always talk about the referral program just because I always get someone that goes, oh, how does that work? Oh, great. So refer somebody, do very little. Bianca was one that was referred by Tim, and I mean, all he did was, hey, give her a call. And so now he's set up a referral for life. She's doing phenomenally well. Already has one in and is working to get another one, and then she got on the speed to lead. So we're seeing people that are getting instant success here. So remember, all you got to do is reach out to myself, Grant, Michael. 10% of company dollar for life, as long as you guys are both with the brokerage. But I did want to mention that part of a new strategy is when we go out, there's a lot of mingling before and after. So it's always just been me. So now Grant is also here, and I know that. Just for existing, he gets an applause. Jesus. Yeah, I had to prepare a speech. So Grant's actually been calling. If you've gotten a call from him, he's not trying to recruit you. He's just asking for a referral from you guys. But we're also taking advantage of the fact that we got you on the phone. If you have anything, follow up with it. You want us to send it to management. You don't want to tell Keith, hey, that one thing that you guys rolled out stinks. Tell us, we'll tell him. Don't worry about it.
Nothing stinks.
Yeah. No, or anything good. Hey, I really liked Ron's speech. Can we have him come out every once in a while? Like, can we have him come out again? Volunteering here already, Ron. So, you know, so we are going to be at the monthly connects as well. So look for us. But that brings me to my last point. And seriously, if you didn't get excited by Ron's speech, check your pulse. You might be dead. So I don't do this on purpose. I had no idea. I didn't know he was gonna be here until a few days ago, and I didn't know what he was gonna talk about. But my golden nugget ties very much in line. So I don't know if I'm just being really vague, but it's from Mark Zuckerberg. It says the biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that's changing quickly, the only strategy guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. So ties in perfectly, and you know, I didn't do it. So good job, Ron, for setting me up.
Hey, hi guys, I am Bree. I am part of the marketing team. I just have some fun new updates to announce. And I love that Ron was able to speak today because he brought up some amazing stuff going into the holiday season, like Halloween. There's a lot of marketing that is still left for everyone to do. But I first want to touch base that we have our October dates for Rachel. She's going to be going around to all the offices. If you guys want to have a new headshot done before the end of the year, if you want a short video, this can be, you know, to send out through email with Follow-Up Boss. You can post on your social media. There's real short clips, kind of just saying hi to your database again, reminding them that you are like still a real estate agent. The holidays are coming up, so if they have any questions, any moves, rate updates are also really great to update them with. And then with that, you can go ahead and scan it, or you should also be in the admin email, so you should take a look at that and she'll be available. A few other updates that we have. We do have a new Telegram chat. The chat is going to be used to just send out a lot of social media tips. There's also going to be graphics where you guys would be able to grab them and post them on your social media. If you see any graphics that you guys do like, you can also email any of the girls on the marketing team, and we can brand it to your own branding or change any verbiage that you guys would like as well.
That is so
Everybody
great.
on Telegram?
That is awesome.
Everybody on Telegram?
Yeah.
That is really
Okay,
cool.
good.
I love that. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so if you scan that, you can join the chat, and I want to say every Tuesday and Thursday there's different tips added, and there should be some today, so go ahead and follow that and grab whatever you guys like.
And Bree, that's an open forum, so people are kind of contributing and talking back and forth, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's just a great way to communicate with the marketing team as well. We are always available by like phone or email, but that's if you have a quick question, or maybe real estate agent to real estate agent, you guys can communicate and have different marketing needs.
I love that.
Good.
That's really cool. Good work.
I don't know.
Actually, you're finishing it off, so you didn't know this, but
Okay.
you're gonna finish it off. So,
Final thoughts?
So you have to grab closing remarks?
we like to prepare everybody a lot.
Yeah,
So, yes.
okay, perfect. Brokerage resources. These are the QR codes where you guys can go ahead and scan if you need it. Get the agent resource guide saved to your phone. This is gonna be a go-to for literally everything. It has a directory, it has office locations, it has, forms, anything that you guys need, it's on there. The Telegram chat is also on there. I believe that may go to our news and updates. That's a good one to join. I also noticed that there's QR codes on the back side of this wall for the Chino Hills and then also for the news and updates. Coaching on demand. This leads to Robert's Calendly if you want to schedule a coaching on demand call. I believe you guys are all aware what it is. If not, it's a great way if you guys have those last minute questions, if you're having issues with any of your real estate problems or just need someone to call and get some advice from. Schedule a call with Robert. He's awesome, has a lot of great news.
Hey, how many of you guys have actually taken advantage of that, actually? We got one person? So I want everyone to pull your phones out really quick, okay? I know you all got one, and I want you to scan that one in the middle, okay? How many of you guys would benefit from talking with Robert about strategies on how you can improve your business over the next 3 months? I know everybody just said that they could because Ron asked you and you said you could.
But
Robert's willing to
do they
take-
want to?
Yeah,
that's-
Robert's taken 30 minutes out of his day over and over and over again. He wants you guys to flood him with conversations. Guys, 30 minutes with Robert is going to pay dividends for you guys. Even if it's just you reiterating what it is you had planned and letting him kind of bounce some ideas off of it, it's really, really powerful just to talk with someone about, hey, am I on the right path? Does this make a lot of sense? Okay, I've had success here, I haven't had success here. What are your recommendations here? Like, you guys take advantage of that. It's right there. It's one picture away from you guys being able to talk with someone who's had proven track records in getting agents to better production. Okay?
Hey Keith, I know he's off today, but I think we should all just text him and let him know that we're thinking about him.
Yeah. You could, but he's on vacation, so let's do it tomorrow.
The next QR code is the Studio 2.1 that leads to our marketing request form. This is where you can request all things marketing, whether it be business cards, flyers to print out, digitals. It's all on there. And then the Follow Up Boston Wailopo, that leads to Hunter's Calendly, where you can schedule an appointment with him. If even if you are settled in with Follow Up Boss, or you feel like you know what you're doing, it's always good to get a refresh from Hunter. He is full of so much knowledge. I feel like I learn something new every day. I'll call him up and I'm like, hey, like, what can you do on Follow Boss? And he just lists out a bunch. You can do email marketing. You can, it organizes it so well. So if you need a refresh, I would definitely take advantage of scheduling a call with Hunter because it's great. And then following that, I believe the next slide. Oh,
Here,
perfect.
I'll say this one. All right, so how many of you guys, good job, Brady. So first of all, how many of you guys are using our Follow Boss, the broker paid Follow Boss? Okay, how's it going? Do you guys like it?
Yeah.
Does it help? How many of you guys have talked with Hunter? Has he helped you kind of build it out and work through it? All right, how many of you guys are currently not using a CRM? All right, this is that fifth box. Everyone in this office right now is using a CRM. Okay, I'm impressed. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it.
They know we can view usage, right?
Yeah, I know. All right, so guys, this last month we actually had a contest because FubCon is an annual event. Has anybody heard of FubCon? You all know Follow Boss. FubCon this year it's in LA, and guys, if you want to go to a conference to A, learn some cool stuff, but B, just to like be wowed, like Follow Boss does it all the way. Like they're the best conference I've ever seen. They're in LA. It's super close. It's at the end of this month, so in another week or two. Hunter's actually flying out from Russia to go to it. He's going to geek out with everybody. He's talking with the top minds in the ISA game, in the CRM game, so that he can come back and he can regurgitate that to all of you guys on future trainings. But we had a competition, and the challenge was who's going to use Follow Boss the most in calling, texting, and emailing their database. And the winner of the competition was the Elmer team. Angie actually is Melinda's assistant out of the team. She's their ops manager, and they live in this thing. You guys, here's an important note. Melinda Elmer does over $1.5 million in income every single year. Okay, $1.5 million in income every single year out of Long Beach. When we joined forces, we said, hey, we got a cool CRM. You should check it out. We did a presentation for her. She took her entire database. Guys, that's a lot of faith. That's a lot of trust. To take a $1.5 million producing database and put it into a broker owned or a broker paid for CRM means that you really saw value in it, and they're using it at the highest level. What did you say, Ron? I have to do what they do. That's right. Right? $1.5 million. How many of us are making $1.5 million a year? Okay. I don't know why I raised my hand. Let's get there, guys.
Did you say us?
Yeah. So, congratulations to the Elmer team and Angie specifically for leading the charge. So, congratulations. They're getting a free ticket to Follow Up Boss, so they're going to get to go here in the next few weeks, and they're going to the conference. So, if any of you guys are interested or have questions on it, let me know. I can point you to the link. Registration's still open, and we actually get preferred pricing with them because we're such a big client. So, next slide really quick.